Good, actually, with the one that you just did. When you combine the bridge, the 45-degree angle, and the head manipulation all together, it starts to get really hard to hold the guy down. But there's a couple different ways that we can manipulate the head. We can move the head side to side, we can move it down and in, or we can twist it, okay? And if you do any one of those manipulations to the head, it becomes very difficult for him to press his weight down into you, because it ends up like cranking his own spine a little bit. It's just, he's not going to want to smush you so much. So let's look at how this works a little bit. One way that we could do it, if I'm here and he's underhooked, what I want to try to do is make his ear go to his shoulder here. See? So right away he can't drive so good. And then if I combine with that same bridge at 45 that you just did, he's almost wanting to fall over there. As he tries to struggle and come back, it's going to create opportunities for you to, beat his cross face, get your shin inside. Okay? The twisting of the neck, like Katy, get Tommy real quick. Yeah, here we go. So here he's very heavy, right? But watch, you make his head look that way. Can you put weight down into me? I mean, he doesn't want to stay there at all. Now you combine that bridge and 45-degree angle, and that knee can slide in, okay? You start doing those head manipulations and combine those with your bridge and your 45, it's a totally different animal. One example of the inward crunch would be, maybe if you get a guy who's here on your legs, he's like double legging you or something like this, he's about to pass. If you can cup his chin, raise up just a sec so they can see. You can cup his chin and keep it like his head the center of your body. It's really hard for him to drive his shoulder weight down. See? I can just kind of like crunch his chin in, and it's going to make it hard. See, so if I'm trying to like guillotine him, you can like flatten me out real good here. All right, so anytime I'm over the guy's head and he's on top of me, my main priority is just kind of block the top of his head with my elbow and keep it the center of my body. Can you flatten me right there? It's really tough. It creates a lot of space for my knees to come in, you see? If you like to do front headlocks and stuff, you can just kind of block him here with that grip we talked about earlier and just shrink your hips out here. And you got a nice, set of techniques that you can go right into. So just, sorry about your neck, I know that's not.
No, that's fine.
So try those neck manipulations. What I want to see from you guys on top is to test and see how irritating and uncomfortable that is once the guy's turning your head in one direction, and how it makes you not want to press your weight into it, okay? This one, well, once again, it really works ideally when I have some type of an underhook established like so. And I don't have to have it really deep, okay? I can just kind of be like here on top of my own thigh, and if I'm starting to use this idea here, I'll block his knee with my hand on this side, and I'm just trying to float on the inside with my wrist here against the inside of his tricep. All right, so if Warren tries to put the weight down, my goal here is just to open him up. All right, see how he can't really like flatten me here? He's on top of me, he's past my legs, but he's not really offensive. And this creates a lot of opportunity for me to either come up to a single leg or even spin up like all the way out the back door here, okay? So I wish my knee was a little better. I could show you some different variations with it. But the idea, and we'll look at it again here, like I said, this is just a principle I want you to feel. Block the knee here and stretch the guy here. Just have him try to put the weight down. You kind of redirect here. He's not really like flattening me. You see what I'm saying? That's the idea. Maybe I can do half guard. It just really spreads his base out so that he can't make his body very dense and heavy. Okay? So let's give that a try. Everybody gets the first part down, the shrimp. What happens is you end up in this scenario. I know this is happening to everybody. You don't get a lot of weight right now. Okay, so you get the guy off you a little, you bring your knee in, and you get in this little dance where he's just constantly going around your head. Okay, so he moves around, and I wasted all that energy, right. So really the key here, notice that everybody's doing a great job here, but what is this leg doing? It's doing absolutely nothing, okay? I'm going to let Warren demonstrate here, because his leg's in a better shape than mine. But basically, he's not only going to get his knee inside, he's going to use this leg to do something. There's 3 contact points that you want to look for. You can either clamp the inside of the foot, bam. You can go around my hip, or you can go high and over my shoulder, okay? So, the other thing to think about with that is when you bring your knee inside, the real beauty of this is this gives you leverage to extend your back and make distance, so that when you start clamping, you're going to have a nice angle. You see how he kind of extended his body using that hook right there? So the drill is just going to be whatever hand position that you like. Okay, the guy on the top's not smushing you too bad, but you're going to get that knee inside and right away make a clamp. Warren really likes this one. He uses it to set up a roll, which we're going to do in a little bit. Okay, but just play around with those different scenarios. This is the first variation. Second variation is to go on the hip. And you want to try, you longer-legged guys, this is going to be a really good one for you. Heel to your knee is the contact point that you want. And the last variation is go all the way up over the shoulder, once again, heel to knee. This is very good for triangle omoplata and all that good stuff. Okay, they each have kind of their own advantages and disadvantages. But let's try that. Shrimp and clamp. Don't forget to use that opposite leg length. I don't know if I ever... I think this is all stuff just I experimented with and kind of figured out the hard way. But it really helps out a lot in terms of, especially dealing with the reverse Keisugatami position, or situations where you're kind of got your back facing the guy. In either case, basically, let's just say, I don't know, he's blocking my hip. See, with the cross face, it's a little bit different because his arm over here, come back, his arm over here was like, you know, squeezing my chest. Anytime that he's got an arm here, or he's like reverse case, it's a different type, because it's not my head and upper body that's being, you know, bothered here. It's my hips. So what I got to figure out how to do is to like make to where he doesn't have ideal control over my hips before I start to get away. So let's just make it nice and easy here. Let's say that he's, yeah, he's blocking there. Notice if I want to try to get to the guard, what leg do I need? I need this leg, but it's being blocked. So what I got to do, get on my side, and what I'm going to do is like spread my legs apart. So the leg that I'm trying to use isn't occupied, and then I can start creating some gap to come inside. So what that looks like, if he's in reverse kesa, is I kind of like get my elbows in, and I just start turning into him, and I give him this leg here. And look, I just start like, oh, look at that space right there. Don't lean on me because I got a bad knee here. Let's slide right through there. Bam. Okay, and you can start, a lot of times, take his back right off of that position. Okay. This other one, most of you guys are going to struggle with it when you first try it, but I'll show you just because we're talking principles here, is if I'm facing away from him, okay? So if I don't want, if either I want to go that way and get to turtle, or I want to face him, I can't go to turtle right now because he's just going to pounce on me. So I got to create some distance by spreading the legs apart here, you see? And now as I scissor, we end up in more of like a neutral position. He's still got a little advantage because he's over me, but it's not nearly as advantageous as before. Or I could use that separation to turn back into him and start to fight that arm that we did before. Just depending on what you like to do. Some of you guys are real good at defending from turtle, so you could use that, you know, that variation. So just play around real quick, and we'll see that leg separation, you know, it can be used from all over the place.
Coach, can you go through them again real quick?
Yes. Pretty much what you want to think about is the top leg is the one that you're going to use to make the space. So he wants this leg, right? So as I turn in and I use my top leg, totally alleviates the control on that bottom foot and creates a lot of space for me to slide in the hole. Okay? If I'm turning away from him, it's also the top leg going into him that creates the gap. You see what I'm saying here? So, did that answer your question? Okay, let's give it a shot.